TIFU by leaving my black bag behind at an airport in a foreign country. So this happened last summer, but still. Sorry for formatting, but I'm on mobile. So basically I was in Turkey going back to the Netherlands, and he had a black bag for my GoPro gear with more black bags inside. While getting food at an unnamed food place, I left behind my bag. A black bag in the middle of a busy airport. So when I realized, I freaked out, went looking for it when a helpful person said the airport security took the bag. FML. I went back to the security area and told them in my best English what happened. He took me to a couple bags and my heart jumped when I saw it was there. I asked like if I can grab it. They hold me back and opened the suitcase, pointing at the two other black bags inside. I told them they were for my GoPro gear. Luckily I got THR bag back and didn't miss my plane. TL doctor, I forgot my bag in an airport terminal and the security thought it was a bomb. I had a friend once who did a similar thing back in the 80s. He was flying alone and had a 4-hour layover while the plane was refueled. He had a pair of handcuffs, so he used them to handcuff his boombox to the footrest of the seat in front of him. This was a clever way to prevent it from being stolen. He then left for the airport bar and had a couple. So, he misses the boarding call, the second boarding call, catches the final boarding call, and then races to pay his bill and run to the plane. He arrives in time to watch them close the door and retract the walk. Frantic, he informs the gate agent that that's his flight. The gate agent tells him he'll have to catch the next one. He, still frantically, asked about his carry-on and luggage. The gate agent calmly informs him that the stewardess will address it and the items will be waiting for him upon arrival. It's at this point that he inquires about his boom box. Without the key, it's not going anywhere. The gate agent radios the plane and discovers that there is in fact a boom box cuffed to the seat. As the plane is still sitting on the taxiway and hasn't made it to the runway yet, they turn it around and bring it back to the gate. He enters the plane and walks directly to his seat, real triumphant like, doing his best. Time so important they turned this plane around for me walk. As he takes his seat, the gentleman escorting him ask about the boom box, ask him to uncuff it and come with them. Then spends the next 4 hours in interrogation, getting not only strip searched, but a full body cavity search while them completely disassemble his boom box to make certain that the only booming it does is related to the bass. Good times. On a positive note, he did make the next flight, the next day, and lost his hotel reservation due to his lack of showing up. They did keep his deposit and didn't provide him with a room, as they had rented his out. Like I said, good times. If you're prone to leaving things behind like this, OLPT is to put one of your feet through the straps of your bag, making it impossible for you to get up without it. I do that now, but guess I wasn't that smart back then. I work at an airport and we have to call security anytime a bag is left unattended. Glad you got it back. This reminds me of the copy pasta with sorry for bad English, Club Penguin is kill, no. Happy to hear you got it back. TIFU by testing how strong my phone case is. Today I decided to see how strong a phone case I bought on Amazon was. My friend was looking for a new phone case that wasn't expensive. I suggested mine since I bought it off Amazon for around $20, and it has lasted me about a year and a half. When they came over, we decided the beat way to test how strong the case is to throw my phone at the wall. However, we decide to be more daring to see what would break first, my phone or my drywall. So my friend decided to stand next to the wall to see if the wall would crack on impact. I should probably mention that the case I bought made my phone weigh a lot. Also, I'm very stupid. I threw the phone and I saw it make impact straight into my friend's face. The phone lived, but my friend's face was now a fountain of red, just red. We went to the clinic near my house and they told us that his nose was broken. I started asking him to forgive me, that I was so sorry. My friend was awesome and he forgave me and we laughed it off. He bought the phone case. TL doctor, I showed my friend firsthand how strong my phone case is. Haha. I thought this was going to be a broken phone post, not a broken face post. Man, you guys sound like a bunch of regular Einsteins. Don't forget to breathe. /stories about Kevin. How'd you guess my name? Imagine catching that on tape. How fucking high were you, Lamau? No, it's, hi, how are you? TIFU by spilling a Coke Zero. Today I fucked up after I spilled my drink. I'm a professor in a mid-size regional public university in the US. I should tell you that in the fall semester of 19 our school changed our LMS, which resulted in us not being able to import final student grades directly from our LMS gradebook to the school's grade reporting program, so we had to enter them in the program manually for each student. The current week is the first week of our spring 2020 semester. This morning I brought a can of Coke Zero from home, and I opened it at my desk. I was typing at my computer. Somehow when I went to take a drink I completely just dropped the can. It just fell out of my hand into my lap. I grabbed it quickly but Coke Zero was in my lap. I had already taught my morning class, which was the only one I had today, and I figured to heck with it, I would keep looking at Reddit and let it just dry. A while later there is a knock and a student from a class from last semester enters. She tells me that she was surprised by her grade, because the grade in the LMS gradebook was higher. I take a look at it on my computer, and she is right. I must have just made a mistake in entering it. Well, that's okay because I can submit a grade change and fix that. Now, I should also tell you that I knew that last semester they had changed the way that grade changes are submitted online, but I had never bothered to learn the new way to do it. But that was no problem because I would just go downstairs to the department office and ask the secretary there to submit it. I'm thinking through that and I realize that I will never remember the student's section number and ID number, and these thoughts are all occurring quickly as I am looking at the grade book, and I say something like, I'm sorry but I must have made a mistake entering it somehow, just come downstairs with me to the office and we'll have a change submitted. So we head downstairs, and the department secretary is sitting at her desk that I approach and stand in front of with the student at my side. And she looks up and I say something like, I made a mistake entering student's name grade for last semester, and I need to submit a form to change it to an A. The secretary is just looking at me and has the weirdest look on her face, but I figured it was because I didn't do the grade change online, so I sheepishly say something about not learning the new system yet. Oh, she takes all the information. The student is standing next to me just smiling because she is happy her grade is changing. I'm smiling too because the secretary is giving me the strangest almost vacant verging on something like horrified looks as she gets all the information down. I mean her look is getting more and more awkward and freaked out looking and she is just staring straight ahead as she enters the information. The student leaves, and I thank the secretary for her help and go back upstairs to my office. It was about then when I was sitting down that I realized I had a big wet looking spot on my pants right in my crotch area. I mean a big wet area, and right at the area where it would well, let's just say that it doesn't look like the sort of wet spot that would make one think, oh, he must have spilled his Coke Zero. And I realized that this was the area that the secretary was staring straight ahead at from her seated position. And that this is the area that the student probably never saw as she followed me downstairs and stood smiling next to me. That poor lady downstairs must think, TL, Dr. Professor spills drink on his crotch. Secretary sees this wet spot and thinks he traded sexual favor for student grade change. I love the innocence of this post. This is the most professorial TIFU I can imagine. Plot twist, the secretary is actually doing sexual favors with the manager for an increased salary. Well, maybe, but she is a very grandmotherly older lady, as is our department chair, so don't really suspect it. I didn't sleep with my student. Look at this Reddit post I made. I swear it was Coke Zero. This is my favorite TIFU in a while. The office rumors are going to stay with you for a long time, my friend. I was thinking of staying in my office the rest of the year.